Welcome back to Showcase. Today, we're to be taking a look at the Revenge of the Fallen Constructicons. Scavenger, Mixmaster, Hightower, Overload, Longhaul, Scrapper, Skipjack, Buckethead, and Scrap Metal, the component members of Devastator. Along with the Constructicon clones, Demolisher, Payload, and Rampage. But before we get started, big thanks to Fireward2047 and SoyFan to Transformers XD for requesting this video. If you have any requests, leave them down in the comments so we'll try and get to all of them. For weapons, Mixmaster has his cannon and his claws, Hightower has his hook along with his little T-Rex arms, Overload has his claws and 2 hooks. Longhaul doesn't have any weapons in robot mode, but the bucket on its dump truck mode is articulated. Scrapper has his claws, Skipjack has his whips, Buckethead has his chainsaws, and Scrap Metal has his clamps. Moving on to transformations, starting with Scavenger, bring his wheels in, tread down, head in, arms around to become the excavator arm. Bring this panel down and extend it. Finally, bring out the cab and we have Scavenger in his heavy excavator mode, and he shares a transformation with Demolisher. Next up, Mixmaster, lay him flat, head in, arms into place, hands back panel out, bring the cannon back, and fold it in half. Bring the arm panels out to make the mixing drum, bring out the cab, bring the legs in, and finally, bring out the wheels and we have Mixmaster in his mixing truck mode. Next, Hightower, lay him flat, legs up, bring the body out, crane up, head back, bring out the cab, finally bring the arms in, and we have Hightower in his crane mode. Next, Overload, lay him flat, head in, bring the front of the truck out, arms into place, bring the second arms in, bring the legs around. Finally, bring the wheels down and we have Overload in his dump truck mode. Longhaul, lay him flat, bring the arms up and unfold them, head in, legs up, wheels down, finally bring the cab out and we have Longhaul in his dump truck mode. And he shares his out mode with Payload. Next up, Scrapper, lay him flat, head in, arms in, legs in, bring out the cab, finally bring the wheels down and we have Scrapper in his wheel loader mode. Next up, Skipjack, lay him flat, head in, legs up, arms in, now wrap the whips around the arms to make the treads, cab out, and finally bring out the blade, and we have Skipjack in his bulldozer mode, and he shares an out mode with Rampage. Next, Scrap Metal, lay him flat, head in, arms around to form the excavator arm, bucket out, legs up, finally unfold the treads, and we have Scrap Metal in his excavator mode. Finally, Buckethead, lay him flat, arms in, legs up, cab out, finally bring out the blade, and we have Buckethead in his bulldozer mode. Moving on to the lore I've written for them in my series, Siege World. Leading up to the first Combiner War, both the Autobots and Decepticons were in a rush to create new combiners. We've seen this so far through bots like Bruticus Maximus and Tobot Triton, both fairly standard combiners. But as both sides began to understand the process of creating combiners, they would start creating more outlandish designs. The most powerful of these combiners would be Devastator, being made up of 9 components. There was Scavenger, the group's largest member, being nearly triple the size of the average bot. He formed Devastator's body. There was Mixmaster, the group's strategist. Due to his strategic skills, he formed Devastator's head. Next there was Hightower, the group's medic. His body was made with this purpose in mind, his claws being perfect for intricate repairs. He formed one of Devastator's arms. There was Longhaul, the group's heavy, with his armor being able to shrug off even anti-tank weapons. He formed one of Devastator's legs. There was Overload, the group's melee specialist. He was also equipped with heavy armor, but it wasn't as strong as Longhaul's, only being able to withstand a few seconds of sustained fire, which was usually enough time for him to charge and take out whoever was shooting at him. He formed the lower body and waist of Devastator. Scrapper and Scrap Metal were just generic fighters, with no specific purpose. Scrapper formed Devastator's other arm, and Scrap Metal formed one of his thighs. Skipjack and Buckethead were both created as stealth units, but with different purposes. Skipjack was made to be quiet, jumping around on one leg and using his whips to get onto buildings. He had also learned how to grab and take out enemies with them while on stealth missions. Buckethead, on the other hand, was made for infiltration, with his small robot and vehicle mode being the perfect size to sneak into ventilation shafts and bases or maintenance hatches on ships. His chainsaws, while looking loud, made little noise, so he could easily take out bots quickly and quietly. They formed one of Devastator's legs, joining together a match long haul size. Devastator was an extremely powerful combiner, but the trade-off was that in their combined form, their intelligence dropped drastically due to the large amount of component bots. Due to how expensive Devastator was to create, the Decepticons didn't want to risk losing one of the component members, so they started creating clones of them. While most clones were a one-to-one match with the bot they were cloned from, these clones would have new color schemes and new personalities. Eventually, tensions between the Autobots and Decepticons boiled over again, starting the first Combiner War. The Decepticons kicked off the war by sending the Constructicons to carry out a terrorist attack on a conference being held on one of Cybertron's moons. But before this attack could take place, the Autobots discovered the scheme and captured many of the Constructicons. Only Skipjack and Scrap Metal managed to escape back to Decepticon space. By this time, the Decepticons had only created 3 clones, so replacing the members was out of the question for now. So Skipjack, Scrap Metal, along with the clones Payload, Rampage, and Demolisher, would be stuck in a Decepticon base till after the war, waiting on more clones to be created. After the war, the Autobots and Decepticons had many prisoner exchanges, with the Decepticons being able to regain the other members of Devastator. So when the Fourth Great War broke out, the Constructicons were able to participate, easily winning several battles for the Decepticons. Some believed they could have single-handedly won the war for the Decepticons. But during one mission, the Constructicons were sent to a Decepticon base that was under siege. Seemed like an easy victory, but this had been part of the Autobots' plan from the beginning. They had 3 battalions of troops hidden, waiting for Devastator to arrive, hoping to take him by surprise and take him out. By the time the fighting ended, almost all the Autobots were dead, but they managed to take down Devastator. Over time, the Decepticons would create more clones, making new iterations of Devastator, but that's a story for another day. Like every Cybertronian or Cybertronian descendant, the Constructicons appeared on Siege World, being scattered across the planet. Scavenger fought in Scorn's Gladiator Arena. Demolisher worked in the quarries outside New Iacon, fueling the creation of the city. Hightower put his medical skills to work, joining the rescue bots as a medic. Longhaul worked as a courier, using his heavy armor as a selling point to customers. Mixmaster put his tactician skills to work, aiding Rover's police forces in expanding from the Great Desert. Skipjack became a scout for a group of raiders, sneaking into bases and towns to test security measures. Scrapper began wandering, from different biomes to cities to towns, just taking in the scenery and picking up odd jobs along the way. Payload became an architect, starting by designing some buildings for new towns, to eventually helping design cities. Overlord joined up with a group of Combiner hunters, thinking that if his options were hunt or be hunted, he should be the one doing the hunting. Scrap Metal joined up with a group of bounty hunters, doing their logs and keeping track of targets. Buckethead put his infiltration skills to use, helping to design security systems for towns and cities. And finally, Rampage became a bouncer at Swerve's Bar. And that's Revenge of the Fallen Constructicons. Not counting the clones, only Mixmaster has a recolor so far. But with all the Devastator toys that can come out, you can expect at least 2 or 3 recolors from these guys soon. I hope you guys enjoyed the lore in this one. I've been trying to improve my writing recently. And for those of you who keep up with my Spotlight series, the next episode is coming along faster than I expected. I don't have a release date set in stone yet, but it shouldn't be too much longer. Anyway, if you like this video, give it a like, maybe even subscribe, because next time I'm going to be taking a look at another quest, Botcon Wreckage, so stay tuned.